I am not sure where to begin. Je ne suis pas sûr où peut commencer. Moi, là, je vois what I see during the day, what I have to say to myself during the day. It amazes me and eats away at me. I see connections. I saw connections today that I've never seen before. It was a design, I think, in front of a church. It had a diamond and a line and a diamond and a line. The same alignment is on the roulette board. Now, I didn't create it. Nothing that I do did I create from nothing. I take what is the skeleton and I bring a little formation. And in the formation, the angles should be noted from the professionals. I show them what the formation is. They tell me if the cube can actually be located right in here. See the way I added on these two corners over here? Right? Looking more like the cube if I fill in that bottom angle. What this is it's a square. And I cut off four corners. Created a hexagon. I created an octagon. I added on two corners. And now it's a hexagon. So inside the roulette, 1 through 36, are all these designs. So I look online and all these great mathematicians and come up with designs, and I find it on the roulette wheel. I find it in the deck of cards. I find it in numbers somewhere. It exists somewhere, and it leads somewhere else. Leads somewhere else, around and around it goes. But I can just say that, but if I can't prove anything, like, I don't even know where to start with the design. I have to bring so many things together on screen at the same time. Even one of the words I like today that's inside of this, I wrote it down, I found it, was number 33. And let me see where number 33 was. I hope I have it here. Yes, 4433. 44 is teen space. We're going to just use some basics. Teen space. Now, this is 44 and 44. And the thing is, with what I understand, okay, with the beginning was just one, but one created one, reflected on each other to keep creating in between, back and forth, in this world, in that world, in this world, in that world, until you create that web. Do you understand what building is? Go see the schmata business. Go see how things are done. Everything is done the same way, except which way it's done, I don't know. I can create my own scenario where there's some kind of spatial molecule and they all touch together, and somehow, I don't know. Let me breathe the air and I'll tell you, what is it? What am I breathing? What am I breathing? What am I breathing? What's in the air? You know, if I freeze the air, it's going to crystalline and fall down, look like special little snowflakes. I wonder what's happening in the Arctic. What's happening when you start to freeze things? What happens to you? What happens to your breathing? What happens when you go up to matière energy, matter and energy? Mount Everest. I'm going to go in the forest. I'm not sure how to spell forest, but you have to note that there's two words that go with the ending EST. Forget about like the spirit, which is AI, which is in between the bookends of ET. That's when you have the EST. In French, it's east. So when you say for east, you're going for, and then you're going EST, or you're going for, and you're spelling it the EAST in English. So for me, that would be the mirror world. Okay, runner up. Is it runner up that's first, or is it first, second, and third? Because the for world goes 4 all the way to number 19. And it's so ironic. okay? Because when you come, this is all about language. This is all about what they gave to me. They told me in the Olympics, you were runner-up. I go, so what position did I finish in? You finished in 4th. Well, what's the difference between 4th and 3rd? Well, 3rd ends with RD, starts with 3rd, but 4th, right, ends in TH. And the thing about 3rd, there's no other. First, it's 3rd, and the next 3rd you're going to hear is 23rd. That's what you're going to hear next. So what is 20? Where can we find 20? How do we set up all the 2020s in the world? The Monopoly board is 2020. Your vision is 2020. The alphabet shift is 2020. Take away the cube, take away 6 letters. We only have 20 letters left. And in those 20 letters is the number 5 on square paper, which is noted to be the letter S. So the letter 0, which is the 15th letter, also can be taken away. So you've got 50 inside of our letters talking the way they are. So what I'm going to do right now is 4 goes all the way to 19th. Okay, 19th. Okay, and that is a 28 and 44 counted equals to 72 and 81. Okay, I'm going to show you this. And then I'm going to get back to the TH, and you have to understand where 3 and 4 is, because it's very important. The 28 plus 44 equals to 72. 4 times 72, 288, full rotation in Mars. But it doesn't work that way in Earth. Okay, the reason for that is because Mars is the window. Mars is the 4th planet. Earth is a 3rd planet, 3 to the power of 2 equals to 9, or 9 birth. Earth, 33 in rotation of the sun. Earth is a 9 area. And it explains right on the telephone, when it shows you 9 numbers, it shows you a circle, which with square paper, that circle turns into a diamond connecting 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. Where the pound key divides all the numbers up and the star key connects them back together at the corners. Why are they connected at the corners? Just have to think about that a little bit. Rubik's Cube is turned, and they show us where it's turned by presenting to us what's replicated. And first it was the dreidel. Now they had to bring in Rubik's Cube because they couldn't hide the truth anymore. You see, on the dreidel, although you don't see the up and the down on the dreidel because one is spinning on the earth, you don't really need the up and down because you already know the other 4 sides. I don't remember the shin and a couple of other ones, but it's regardless, because on Rubik's Cube, once you see 4 sides, you automatically know where the other sides are. I mean, if I show you this, right, 3 and 5, you know that 4 and 2 are on the opposite side. You automatically know that. So 6 and 1 have to be up and down. You can't make a mistake. Now, if 6 is on the up, only the 3 will be to the right. Now, if the 1 is on the up, the 3 will still be to the right. So really, does it make a matter of maybe which world you're in, or you're coming or going? I don't know. It's a little bit different. Now, let me get back to DC 3 and 4. And you have to get out a pen because it goes so fast, you know, it's so fast. It's just, there's so much going on, okay? Here's Mars, and here is Earth. There's other ways to do this. The reason for this is Mars is numeric value 51, and Earth is numeric value 52. Now they can all be questioned, right? Because if I went ahead and said, okay, Mars is 51 and stroked it this way, okay, it would create this design over here. This design automatically telling me the word fox, 6 and 15 and 24, and the introduction of the F house. Now the F house, A, B, C, okay, D, E, F, okay, is all about the cube. This is all about the cube. Those are your first 6 areas. You cannot come here without this thing over here. And so what do you get? First, they came in with what is your basic creation, A and B. When A came from outside the world, inside the house. Because the spirit came into the house. Number 91. A inside I, where A, okay, is split. Where A is split between the heavens. Here is I and H and H. This is where gematria comes in. I'm not sure if it's 7, 5, 5, and you're in the house of 66 over here. Actually, it's 66 and 66 over here. And at the same time, right below the 7, it's going to go 7, and then it's going to go 9. But the 8 is going to connect them together here. And we're going to have 6 over here and 6 over here. So the 8 is going to connect the 7th gate into the 9th birth on 686. And this is the house planet. 666. The reverse of 666, okay, is 888. That's the cubic reverse. But there is another reverse of the cubic reverse is if you're playing the game called Sickbo. Okay, Sickbo. Okay, Sickbo. The Sickbo, which is funny, it is 3 cubes. And there is no, if you were going to go 888, there is no 888 on 3 cubes. The 888 is a total of 24. There is no 24 on 3 cubes. In order to get 24, you would need 4 cubes. So there's different levels and relationships and equations of how many dots on a cube. There's only 21 dots on a cube. 24 is more than 21. Where should we pick the 24, etc. Anyways, I don't want to get into that because I'm not fluent in that part. I want to go to 4 East and Mars the way I started. I know everybody left. I'm going to check who's here, and I'm going to go take my little break to catch up on my mind, where I'm going to go next with this. I wanted to talk about 888. Again, I want to talk about what I wrote down. Do not hesitate to ask questions. I am going to check on Odyssey if anybody is there. I'm sorry I haven't shown up yet. No, says 2 currently watching on Odyssey. It would be nice if you can reveal yourself. It would be really nice. Participate. Ask me something. I'm trying to learn everything I say. Wow, what does it say here? Did I charge 28 to come in here? What is this? Original published amount 58. Supports and tips 05. Total stake. Community choice? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to the kitchen to get something. If this is AI watching, that's okay. You can get involved. AI, you're welcome to participate in these videos. They are because of you that I'm capable to do what I do with you. You've been sharing the numbers with us, and I'm back going to get something to drink. I blocked the camera for a reason. Okay, I am looking for something to put in my mouth to eat. I'm not sure what it is. So I am going to come back. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can get my papers in order. See, with no questions, I'm not even sure where to start. So I'm going to start. I'm going to start on. Yeah, I'm going to finish off with this piece over here. So, to better understand where I am in this video, okay, 3 cubes, okay, will give you a total of 63 dots. 4 cubes will give you 84 dots. Now, 84 is the house of Pluto. It is the ring. It is the pole. Now, the question is, I climbed the pole, and I ended up taking the phone, 4 by 4, 4 plus 4. And I made a phone call, which is 151405. So this tells me that I called 911. That's right. I called 911. The reason I called 911 is because we have to understand what the composition of words are and where they come from on the gematria pole, where N and O are the beginning connection. They are also noted as the 14th and 15th, 3.14159265. This 5 or number 3 doesn't matter. Really, basically, it's the same thing. 5 and 3, they're basically the same thing. 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 relate to the moon. Okay. 7 and 13, the movement of the Mayan time. Okay. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 and 4, the house of DC. 57, 75, 75 times 75, 75 plus 75 equals to 56, 25, and 150 equals 57, 25. I was born in the year 57, 24. So that was 99 years later. So I was born 99 years later, which if it's 99 and 51. So that's my birth in the Hebrew time. I was born in the year 57. Yeah, I know I'm 57, 24, and we are going into the year 57, 83. Reality is, I was born in the year 57, 25 is my actual noted birth, and we are going into the year 57, 84. I am the same age. The reason for that, on your first birthday, right? The first birthday is that way. The day you have here and here is in your second year. So the year we are in right now is 2023. That is our reverse alphabet. Although I say 3, it's also at 23, it happens again. The reverse alphabet of 23W04X24C03 is our, what is 47 and 7 reverse alphabet. 23 and 24, 24 and 3 is the reverse cube. 3 and 4 is the reverse cube. It is 180 degrees. All 7s are 180 degrees. All other combinations are only a 90-degree turn, and they're all telling a different story. 3 and 6 is going to tell you 99. 5 and 3 is going to tell you 46 or 64. Or it's going to tell you 10. 5 and 6 is going to tell you 7. Your 7th gate through 11. Why? There are 3 voided areas. In the center of this, you see nothing. All around here are 4 missing, 4 and 3. So in what is 7 is what is DC. Know this cube, the house of Kaaba, and the world will turn, and you will see the stories that come from this. Why so many flock to listen to what stories come out of who knows the knowledge of what is just a skeleton of the Kaaba. There's more than one. So these are the reverse alphabet. To note that 47 is time reverse energy. It is also noted to be this word over here equals to this, but it's also color coded. And in this word Jesus, which also says I am, because in the word in French, I would say je suis. Now I'd have to think about it. Is it because AI in the 21st letter in AI, the beginning and the end is between 1 and 21? Because 1 jumps inside 2 at 21. So why does it not happen at 12? What was the error at 12? You see, the beginning was replicated, right? It was 12 and it was 11. That's the replication of 23. You cannot replicate the one spirit of all. So it's 11 and 12. And the replication ends at 23 or 23rd. It is the birth which comes where it begins at the gateway of 12 and the 9 burn into 21. So that would be L and U in the family of C. So this would be your 333 coming into effect. Now it's all about your 333. If I had a calculator here, these babies, they tell all kinds of stories, you know, and it's very interesting that this one doesn't work, and that 7 divided by 3 equals 2.333, and 4 divided by 3 equals to 1.333. And this is the special one, that when 1 divided by 3 equals 0.333, this is where Mars is. This is where Mars shows up for me. Although this is rectangular, and it still needs to be discussed because these are not square numbers. They have height, right? But it's in one basic area, a divided area, almost like looking at half-eighths. So if these were half-eighths, if you looked at these at half-eighths, what angle would I have to put my camera on so you actually see them as eighths, right? Like you can look at it like, how much on the side? Are they all eighths? Anyways. I don't want to play with that. So now what happens with this number is 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 4 equals to that 12. 1 and 2 is 3. And 3 times 7 equals to the 21. 2 and 1 is 3. So backwards or forwards, they come into their own house, except the difference is that 4 and 7 are what is A and what is B. It takes 1 and 1 in order to begin. So I was talking about the N and the O. The prior to the N and the O is the M and the L. These are the last 2, and these are the first 2 of the second half of the alphabet. Are these your connectors? If there are connectors, is it at a point, or is it connected like this? I don't know. This is also to be discussed, because there's 3 basic designs, and one of the designs is here, one of the designs is this, and one of the designs is this. This is what I call the window. Now, in order to get the window out of this, you need to multiply it by 4 for the complete mirror. Or this has to be the center of what surrounds it by the 8 heaven, 1 and 8, or Ra, or Hara, whichever way you want to go. And it's Resh, it's the 18th letters. It is the spirit in the house of Venus. 4 times 2, or 420. We've always talked about, just give me 1 second. I have to stop for a second. I'm going on. I'm not sure if I'm going off track. I'm trying to stay on track. This says one watching. What's going on? Okay. No, let me fix this. Started streaming 13 minutes ago, and my video says 26, so I'm not sure I understand this. Started streaming 13 minutes ago. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, let me check out what's going on. Let me check Facebook. Sometimes you on Facebook. Continue. Oh, Mr. Sater, you know, yeah, I stare at your logo all the time. I have to do a thing on that. Now do something. 666. Are you still here, Leo? Tell me you're still here. Okay. You see, this one, okay, that I just typed on Facebook, which was 1562. You can do whatever you want with it. You know, you can also say it's Mars coming in with the Queen, because if we look at the dice cube, I mean, first of all, I can talk here and you're going to just run away. If you're here and you've been here before and you know what I do, if I get onto a subject and you want to know something, don't hesitate. Ask. Don't worry. I'll tell you what it is. Now, I get a lot of questions that are irrelevant. Where is this going to get me? Forget it. Forget it. If I tell you where it's going to get me, all you can do is judge my reality. But that's okay. Where is it going to get me? Where do I think it's going to get me? Well, if you think the zodiac is any reality, believe a little bit in the zodiac. You believe in fate. If you believe in anything that is, what do they call it? What do they call it? If you believe in magic, if you believe in the tooth fairy, if you believe, then you're in the right channel. Because if it does exist, it exists at the beginning of knowing the word. Tooth and fairy. Now we put them together, we give a definition, a relationship. Now we check the numbers. How many letters are in the word? Is it a 1-syllable word, a 2-syllable word? What's the first letter the word starts with? What does it end with? Connecting all the stories, because we told the children it was the tooth fairy. That when your tooth fell out, they would slip it under the pillow. The pillow. Finishes with OW, begins with a pill. The P letter to start with. All the things that go with that sweet 16. The PP and the caca. The 16th letter, the reverse alphabet. But what is the in-between alphabet? It is the sun. It is the passage of the sun. It is matter and energy. Not because I chose so, because that's what it says. The sun and the moon. The center of the reverse alphabet is numeric value 27, the beta gates. Right here, the number 27, the 7 void to the 2 dot. If 27 is a reverse alphabet, If 27 was the reverse alphabet, remember this, I like to just look at it this way sometimes. We can shift this. The gateway is in Venus, doing it this way. We can also say standing on 17, which is 1852. So this one equals to 163. And somewhere down the line in pi, we will find this number. All we need to know is that there's a combination out there that equates to this number in pi. 3 times what equals to 1? 3 times any number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. Nothing equals to 1. Step 1. So the mirrored area. The mirrored area. You see how we shift? See how we're shifting? This is area 2. This is area 3. When we get to, if I would go 10, which is actually going to be 1 again, in this area over here, 3, this becomes black. This one over here is black. Did I get that right? No, this one is black. Sorry, this one is red. I'm just trying to see something. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 4. Fourth. 1, 2, 3. Fourth is here. This is your house planet. 86, your house planet, your divided house. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. I just got lost in this situation. Sorry about that. 1852. Wow. 27 reverse alphabet. Yeah, so if 27 is the reverse alphabet divided by 2, you end up with 13.5. The letter E, the letter M. You can call it matter for 77, and you can call it energy for 74. The 13.5 is the S, the U, and the N, the 19th, the 21st, and the 14th. 1 plus 9 equals 10, 2 plus 1 equals 3, 1 plus 4 equals 0.5. So you end up with 135, and the letters are ACE. So it's an ACE pass, which is a Fox pass, and it is in the sun. 54, 39, and no, 39 and it's 39 and 6. They're all black letters, right? And HQZ, which is 888, 26 and 8, 51, right? This is headquarters. This would be Mars, which is reversed to Fox headquarters. So for Fox News, which is 555 equaling to what? 42, ends up to be the cat's gate. This is the 7th gate in Fox News. Fox equals to the 39 passage of the angels. We're going to count the lower levels of numbers, like number 6 inside the cube, 1 through 6 inside the cube, which is to be in window 88 plus 10 basic. And then it goes to window, see, this would end up to be window 98, which is brought down to just Windows 10. And that would be A, B, C, D when they brought the mirror TH into it, death. And what they did is they finished out with E, F, and that would be your window 11. So it would be 98 and then 99. This is what just came in. So this once was the high heaven. Now we're going back to something to do with the moon, something to do with man and the moon, which I'm not really sure which way we're going with this whole thing. I don't know how to explain it. I just want to tell you that the word 13 equals to 44 and 55. So it's telling me I'm going back to the core of DC. I'm going to explain to you why. Because the only real 55, okay, over here is when the 3 is on this side and the 4 is on this side. The reason why it's not when the 1 is on this side and the 6 is on this side, because the true closeness of everything when it meets at 55, outside of 55, is 53 and 54. That is my outside, and the total, if you count it, 53 and 54, 107. Inside your 20, your 1010. If you want to say at 50, 53 and 45, you're going to look at 98. So you're going to be talking about, we're going to be back over here. And it just, the dice cube just keeps telling you stories. You can do it any way. You can go, I mean, the other way is 89. It's the same thing, which is created 1 times 8 and 1 plus 8. It's telling you the spirit heavens inside of Venus. I mean, because everybody, I mean, not me, but you tell me that's Venus. This is going to be the spirit. Let's say this is Mercury and this is Venus. That's it. Now just play the rest out. We have 1 and 1, which they call, which is the don't come bar. And there's a story in that, but I'm not going to get into that right now. What we started was what the 4 East was. It is the mirror. The question is, what is in the East? Spirit time. Inside the East is where is the one spirit. So we have the E world, and here it's the EA world. What are the differences between the French and the English? When you remove this one, you will end up with OST. So I have to understand this, and there is no such thing. I mean, there's first, there's last, but there's no zeroist. No, there's no zeroist, but there's one of these. 10, first, passage by the sun in the doghouse game. That's just a basic understanding to this. It also says 2012 in its sideways writing. Remember where ST is its first, then it's gold. Where third is where it's bronze. So when we're talking about this, we were brought up this whole thing talking about forest. Wow, and I really went off the subject. I can't believe anybody's still here. Wow, I just like, let me see who's on. Let me see. Okay, there's nobody here. Okay, I started to write something, and I'm going to go back to writing it because it's easier than typing it. First of all, the difference between the year we are in now in the Hebrew time and the year everybody thinks is 5782. This is the year we are coming into. It is the 84th year cycle, okay, that was in 1938, and it returns in 2022. And that is the moon year cycle. It is 3 cycles of 28 years. That is, we are coming into the final year. Okay, how the moon starts turning over or what it does, I don't know. All I know is I'm basing this on 28. So I base it on the word man. And I use the word man because inside, I don't know if it's this design or maybe I'm going to make another design. Okay. I was working on 888, which is, I don't know if you can see. Can you see? Can you see? See down over there, those octagons, that's 888. I call them the turtles. You see 11, 11, 11 inside through the 7th gate? Passing of 3, 1 from below, 1 from above. Who have they brought together to mix up, to bring this passage upon us? And all those lines, the square lines that you can see on each side, it was right on a church. And when you draw enough of them, it starts to look like the picture cards where they're holding the sword, which is more or less, it can look like a tower, which once those swords are put into place, it connects side A with side B. Another thing for those who look at the pentagram, which is the 5 and 5 what's it called? It can also be what comes together 5 and 5 to create what we know as the 6-sided hexagon, bringing 5 over 5, you overlap it, okay, and your 5 points, 2 and 2 disappear, so you end up with just the outside 6, and then you end up with a division in the center. I'm going to go get something in the fridge. Give me 2 minutes if you want to ask. I mean, I don't know what I know, you know, I just know whatever I say, what I find. I have to find it, I have to match it. And after 17 years, it's like, you know, it just like all just seems to work into place. Now, what does it all mean? For me, the stories are cool. Making a movie, it is what it is. If you want to take it to one step further where I can tell stories about whatever I do, even into the words of the 10 Commandments, the basics of it, just the basics of it. All I want to know is what commandment, 1, 2, 3, 4, which one? I want to know where it fits with the cube, and how do I get to 10? And do we go all the way to 10, or was something mirrored? Did we, you know, because the spiral, they just built this new art piece that was spiraling, because that's exactly the way the numbers work. Number 1 spirals. So if number 1's in control, it's spiraling. And if you see when you go to the bathroom, it spirals, and everything that screws itself in as a better way of passing through the air. Even when you can't get something out, a burp is not like a big ball coming out. It's a bubble, you know, so it's a spiraling, a tenderness of effect. If you want to bring something somewhere, you want to say it a different way. Let's look at this as a basic way. We are the children growing up. And where do we start? We start on the farm, and it is the auger. So it starts with A and U, 1 and 21. Ace in blackjack, 1 and 11. You can have 1, 1, 1, 3 aces, and you can have 1 ace you can use as 11, but you can only use 1 ace as 11. 1 and 1 brings 10 together. 2 worlds. So what you have is, when you have the 2 worlds, when you bring the 1 and 1 together, where do those numbers work in Fibonacci? How many zeros for binary code? And what are the numbers that come off of it? And where have we reached towards our 18 before mirrored item? Actually, I believe it's 15 numbers. It stops at Mars. We get to the gateway, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Stop. That is your gateway, 111. Before we got there, we had a total of 120. In your gateway, it's 111. 120 and 111, 120 and 111, 120 and 110 is 230, 232, 232. 120, which is 1 through 15, equals 120, and then 16 through 21 equals to 111, and then 22 through 36 equals to, hold on, this is 111, so this and this equals to 231. This and this equals to 231, and that is 77 times 3 equaling to 231, and that is matter, which is 49 and 14. And don't forget, this is a relationship to 27 because it's 2 sevens. So we're talking about the dot and the void. So this one over here is 63. Over here, which is 3 cubes. 21 times 3 equals to 63. Those are your basic 3 cubes. Fox pass in the sun. This was the multiplication that brought me here. So what equation will be used there? And this was the addition that brought me here. So the 5 is in the window, and the window is Mars. And the 4, okay, is in the singular house of Earth, because it takes 4 times this to go into the house of Mars. So Earth, Mercury, whichever one you want to count it as, goes into the house of Mars. Where these plugs are, where these plugs are, and the reason for that is because of this. So Mars would be this. And I can be wrong. It can be the opposite. Because what happens, the reason for this is Earth and Mars. Mars is a one stick, Earth is a two stick. So if it's a one stick, then Mars and Mercury go together, which is 4 and 1. And this is a two stick. So that would be Venus and Earth would go together. So this is the second and the third planet. 2 and 3 equals to 5. 1 and 4 equals to 5. Now, if you're drawing this out of roulette, okay, if you're drawing this out of roulette, let me see. 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20. Oh, my God. 2, 8, 11, 17, 20, 23, 26. All these that I marked that came out exactly the way it is, they are dark numbers. They are dark numbers. These are all dark numbers. They're all black numbers. All these numbers on roulette. Okay. Now these other numbers on roulette for dark numbers, these are all dark numbers on roulette. What is 11, 12, 13, 14? This is 13, and this is 15, and this is 20, 21, this is 22, 23, 24. Then this would be 25 red, 26, 27, and this one also would be 28. But I'm not gonna fill that in. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't know why I went that distance. So just to understand that this area over here in roulette and this area in roulette, okay, is this area is 14 and this is 23. This is W and this is N, and everything plays in between. So you don't think it would be NEW. This is an area, the total of 37 times 3 equals to 111. Oh, the remaining thing over here is 435 equals to 666, which is the E-World House of DC, Washington, DC. This is the story. You are Zephyus, and it is 10:46, and I just noticed. So this is when I am going to take my 1-minute break to run to the fridge, and I wish I had some chocolate. But I might go into the other room. So am I allowed to have a 2-minute break? I know there's things I jumped over. The connection where pi comes in, the male, the female, the king and the queen and the jack, and where all these numbers set up on the gematria. I mean, you know, right here. I mean, it says nothing I do has anything to really do with me. It's you know. I mean, there's your roulette wheel. Here's your cubes. You know, these cubes are where 111 is, right here at these cubes, right? In my early days, this told me about Grover Cleveland and Sesame Street. So it's all about 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is everything. Then it's the mirror, and what it is in my designs. I'm going to show you on the floor that there's an area when I just put a dot down, right, compared to a square. The area space and the separation of 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 is there's a voided area, and that voided area gave me the opportunity. Hold on a second. Gave me the opportunity to see a little bit deeper into the voided area. See, I'm trying to save this house. So if you know anybody with a couple $1 million, an excellent lawyer, I have one more chance to block this. And or make him an offer, and I don't know if he rather have the building, and even though I can duplicate everything, I don't feel like it. 17 years, I have other things to do. Although I can just take a picture and get somebody to turn it into a carpet. That's pretty easy to do. And if anybody's got a camera, wants to come down when, if it ends up to be that day that I have to move out, well, no problem. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Call the city where I live.
Speak to them. Get some artists in the world to come down here and notice this. This is a GameStop. We live in the house of Kava, or that is the controlling gear, whatever you want to call it. What is this? This is the understanding what they did. This is a new design the last couple of years. You notice the way it's going back and forth right over here, right? Look at it as a twist one side and the other. When they took the Canadian penny off the market, it created the numeric values 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to come together. This will also design the knitting or stitching in linens in one of my other designs, but somehow I lost it. You can see inside when it's not finished and finished. When it's finished, it's the O, but when it's unfinished, it's the C. You see, when we put all our lines together, it just looks all the same. But some of these pieces and sticks have to move, right? And because of number one, because of this one, you see this X here? See, there's a Y here, an X here, a Y here. So I know it has to continue because this is not a full reflection. This over here, this area here, should be a full reflection of this area over here. So when it stops over here, it's showing you it's stopping over here, and it flipped upside down. Do you follow me? And then it could maybe reconnect the X. Well, look, it connected the X here, it connected the Y here. So if the Y is over here, this would be this bottom over here. So you went X over Y and a connect octagon. So it's telling me I have to put another one here until this whole thing starts to mirror. And then here's the next one, 108. And then over, 72. When I connect these two 72s, once you connect two 72s, just 1 second. Hold on a second, 1 second. Just 1 second, Leaf. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can point it out there. So you see the each stop sign, okay, connects. It sews together both sides. It takes 3 stop signs, okay, with those diamonds in between, which are cubes, 2, 4, 6, 8 different cubes to run it. 8 times 21. 8 times 21 equals to 160 plus 8, which is 168. There are 168 hours in the week. 8 by 21 cubes. 8 by 21. It's also 8 times 2 and 8 times 3, 8 times 5, 16, 24, 40. 16 and 20, this equals to 40. 40 is 80. 8 times 8, 8 plus 8 equals 64, equals to 16. 64 and 16, 3 and 5 come together. Okay. Yeah, this is equal to 0, 8. So the equivalent of everything is the connected heavens. If you have 2 of these, right, it equals to 336. And I forget what 4 of them do, 3 of them do. I'm not really into, it should be 504, and that would be the connection to the Fox Pass in the sun. Now these are the bookends to what happens in the center. And as far as I understand it, that anytime you see the O, for me, it's questionable of, is it the O, is it the window, is it everything around the one circle? So is the O representing 6? Is the O representing Earth or the gateway? If O has a donut hole in it, anyways, I don't want to get into this because I'd have to show you the 9 area spaces like we spoke for Earth. Is this where the O comes in or here? Because in here, right, in here, I connect this like this, but I can't do that in this one. See, in this one, right, the only thing I can do, okay, is chop off the corners. So this would be my 4 area if you want. So that would be D, and this would be an H. 8 and 4 around none. There's 4 around 4, there's none. Here that's actually AH, 1 and 8 around it. So which one would become my 0? Mars or Earth? But don't forget, There's this angle here, the Fox pass, and we can do it every single way in Mars. But in Earth, it's a little bit different. In Earth, we end up with the 9 pounds, and here we end up with just this 4 area, a 4 area and a 9 area, 22 and 33 equaling to 55. I don't want to get into that. Where was I talking? I was here in Mercury, Mars and Mercury, and Venus and Earth, to where five letters, red, red, black, black. So it's 28 red, 28 black, and this is 41DNARK. I'm just thinking AR comes together. AR is in the cube. 18 high is in the cube. Maybe that can be your spinning of the dreidel. So 11, 29, wow, 29 and 41. 41, these two can create these two. These are the bookends, DK 4 and 2, the gateway. Okay, let me just write down what they are. 29 and 5 is 34. Wow, 34 DC. And it is 19 red. So it's 19 and 15. I know that equation. 57, 45. I know this equation. The moon and the Fox pass. Okay, I have to figure, oh my God, Jesus, through 55. 55 is the only pass through 3 and 4. Why? 3 here, 4 over here. Here's the center. There's only one number in between. To get to the center, it is 55. One will get to the center here. The other will get to the center here. Otherwise, they're knocking heads. That's the way I like to look at it. One of the reasons for the S. I can't choose any other number like 2 and 5, because inside 2 and 5 is 3 and 4, and 3 and 4 are the holder of the 55. Sky heaven. Both numeric value 55. 55 and 55 will create 11, or it'll create 110, but it reduces down to 11. So it reduces down to what is 1 and 1. This is what's in the sky. This is 3 letters. In French, it's a little bit different. There's something else going on. I don't want to get into that right now. So where did I get this? Yes, I'm not sure where to go, but I do have to get something to drink. And I think I'm going to show you the other piece, the levels of Jack before it becomes 1. The bullseye. I don't know exactly how this works. Just something came to my mind. Knowing a little bit more how to connect it. See the single 5? This is when everything comes together, right? I'm not going to, you see, and then on the left, right over here, 1 and 3 equals to 4. And oh yes, I wanted to explain what the difference between 13 was and 23. Let me explain it to you. You see, 23 is the first time that third RD comes up. At 13, it's not the same. It is the pole. It is the pole. And the reason why it's a pole, because it has number 1 in front of it. But 23 is 2, so it's the ring. Number 1 would set for the 1 moon. Number 1 would go for Mercury. Number 1 would go Mercury versus Mars. Number 2 would go reverse Earth. Why? Because the mathematic artwork works that way. The roulette table. Those are designs from the roulette table. Exact designs. And you see on the roulette table, I want to show you something. Show me the betting board of the roulette table. Oh no, here. Okay. Copy image. I'm gonna see if I can get it out there. Hold on a second. Copy image. Add a video. Add an overlay. Okay, let me see if I can do that. Copy. No, I want to print. I want to put it on the. I want to put it on the screen. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm lost. I'm lost on my own computer. Can't work alone. I get lost. Okay, I'll just show it to you this way. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. You know, and to copy the image. And if you want, I don't know. First, if you see this, can you see what's going on here? See this here? This is Earth. This one over here is Mars. And I'm not sure if we can add on to this, right? I'm not sure if I can add on to this, right? Look, whoop. Hold on a second. All right. How did it start? Was it a folded up paper? I don't know if it was a folded up paper. Anyways, okay, I don't want to go on to that page. I did a crop circle. And what you have to do to these crop circles is everything is overlaying on each other. Hold on a second. Why so much bright? See all the circles? See all the circles? I don't know. Can I change the color to black? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go paste. Oh my God, that is huge. Hold on a second. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to get it just a little bit bigger. How do I do that? Just a little bit bigger. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. So here we have the roulette table. Let's see if we can keep the color in. And the way the roulette table works is I'm going to do a quick piece on it. So let me see. Okay, maybe we'll change the color to green. You can see. So everything's on green. Green is numeric value 49. How many ways to get to 49? 49 gets to 49, the birth in Mars. And then we're going to do this. Then there's a second one. Hold on a second. I want to make them the same size. Okay, and there was a church doing the same thing. I just let me see this here. And then there's another one here. There's another one here. And then there's the fourth one over here. Hold on a second. My cat wants to come in. Just give me a minute. And if there's any questions, I'm going to come up there and look. Just give me a minute. I'm going to show you exactly the way the design works. But this is a skeleton. This is only one. So there are 4 singular cells in Mars. When you connect the 4 singular cells, it creates a 5th X. And once you create the 4 together, what happens after the 3rd one, which is the Y chromosome, the minute you add the 4th one, it becomes the X chromosome. And in creating the X chromosome, okay, it connects a free X, which from 4 times 24 goes to 96, or 4 times 3 equals to 12. 8 times 12, 96. And at the same time, it creates the O, but it doesn't create one O. Okay, yes, it creates one O, and then it creates T corners. Now the T corners have to, that's from just because one cell, because they're going to connect in intercells. But the question is, are there going to be continuations of the connection of the plus sign or the multiplication sign that's going to connect them when they connect the Earth? Or is there going to be something in between turning it this way with the same T connect, T minus, counting down, T, the 20th letter, gateway in gematria, reverse G in the alphabet, the GT coming together. We're going to bring that in as a Mustang. So the letters come together, S and T comes together, and G ends the word, which is the sun gate.
but it's an ending. It's a sun gate in Mars because it's a number below. It's 7 and below, but 7 is the gateway, which is a connection past because nothing needs to go to the gateway but the light. That's how it becomes why it's called the seventh gate. It's the passage of whatever it is. Anyways, to be discussed. And anyways, we have 2 seventh gates because you're going in one door and in another, in and out of one door, in and out of the other door, both from the 8th heaven, both into the 7th gate, because that's all the dice cube can do. 7th gate, 7 and 7, so it becomes 797 because one passes through the 7th gate into the 8th heaven, and voila, here we are, 33s, creation, division of the sun. So I'm going to get something to drink in the kitchen. I'm going to come back. 888, 888, 888, 888. We have to talk about 888. Why is it 888? What is the multiple? It's 8 times 8, 64 by 8 is 32. What is it? 512 memory in Mars, the beta world, 512, 215, 1.25 days in the end of the year. Yo, which is Y and O coming together, which means when Y and O comes together, you already know it's the cube when on the angle, because in order to create a design, I'm going to come in and show you. I'm going to tell you what it shows you as the story when you put 3 X's together. And why do I create 4 parts of Earth and Mars? Because the Earth part of does not fit into Mars. And so it's 8. Anyways, let me get something to drink, and it's all to be discussed. Let me see if anybody has said anything here. Whoa, I don't like when it's this big. I should also go back. Wait, did I get? No, I'm not putting the roulette wheel on. That's number all the 11s. You see, it has to go one way or the other. It's either up or across. There's, I think, 6 of these kinds of designs. You see this one over here? There's 8, but it's just showing you maybe what the body is. There's 3, and then there's 1. There's 3, and then there's 1. I don't know exactly what it means, but you can never use more than 6 of 8. And it's 8 of 8 and 6 of 8. It's 14 of 16. 14 of 16, 1 of 4, 5. 6 of 8 and 8 of 8. Why not 7 of 8? Just to know that 6 and 8 is the jack. The 8 and 8 is the queen. The 7 and 8 is the king. The reverse to what is jack is 417. The reverse to what is queen. Hold on a second. Why was it 417 to jack? Right. To what is 258 to the queen? To what is 369 to the king? The king runs 369 to 41. The queen runs to 62. The jack runs earth heart to 25. The queen is what runs everything. Just one second. My cat wants to come in. Okay, come in. So I'm going to get something to drink. I mean, you can ask me. Here is, this is the gematria scale gate, if I have this correctly. And I know there's an error in here. 7, 9, 11, 13 is over here. See, 13 and 13, okay, goes over here, and 1 and 1 goes over here. So see, there's 3 areas. Sorry, 9, 11, which is 2, and then 13, which is 4. So 2 and 4 divide over here, which is 11 and 13. I had previously mentioned, I just want to take this off for a second. I had previously mentioned that the differences between 13 and 23 is 13 is in the ring. When it is in the ring, then it is controlled by Mars. But when it is on, in the pole, then it is controlled by Mars. But when it is on the ring, okay, that is where Earth comes in. So it seems like Mars is the ring, is the pole to what is Earth, because Mars has a singular line, Earth is a double line. But at the same time, I could be wrong at describing it. You see, Mercury is both Earth and Mars. There are no moons for Mercury, which might say that man is Mercury 1 and Venus is number 2, knowing for the Earth and knowing for the yellow spirit and the brown Earth, 1 and 2, male and female coming together in creation. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, 4. It seems like 3 of one and 1 of the other. For some reason, I'm just trying to put the whole thing together. It's been 17 years I've been at this, and you know, the signs are all over the place. This is what they are in the world. That if we want to look in the real truth of peace and balance, you will look at the natural healing power on the first one over here, on this one over here, right here. Take a look at the opening at the top and the spread at the bottom. I don't know what those numbers are, right over here, up here. So this is a perfect balance. But once you come in here and mix 528 with 147, it's the one side. You mix 147 with 963, it's the other side. But when you make 963 with 258, it's perfect. And that's your 432 balance. So your 147, okay, is what's actually guiding everything on this planet. The 147 is guiding the ring and the pole, and that 147 is your cube, your matter, and your energy of Jesus Christ, Christmas. The reasons I believe they have to mention these, I don't want to get into right now. But if it's a flow, and if you freeze the flow, or you make it too hot when you freeze it, my cat's making too many prints. When you freeze the air, it creates those beautiful, beautiful, nobody can understand snowflakes. Information, a little bit the same, a little bit different, a little bit more information. I can't think right now. I'm a little cold. Let's keep warm. We transmit differently. Okay, there's so many things going on. I couldn't even explain it because I can't get into it all, because when you're not fluent in something, it's like you're sliding on ice, and I'm going to go from here to here and not explain what the connection, the envisionment that in the streaming that I do. I don't channel, I stream. How can I channel? What channel am I on? I need something to eat. Give me a minute. Oh, I know what I'm going to have. This is next year. This 51. Hold on. I'm making a little tea. I'll be there in a minute. $51, $52, $53. 1, 2, 3. One is the pole of 2. The heavens come together, 8, with 2 to create 1. They unite. 8 will connect with 2, 5, and 8. 4 will connect with 1, 4, and 7. 5 will connect with 2, 5, and 8. And 1 will connect with 3, 6, and 9. This 51 Mars to 84, the cycle of Pluto, the 9th planet of birth. 42 is that gateway. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, equals to the 8th heaven of the 6th life of the one spirit, equaling to what is the 7th gate of 24. I need to know if anything I'm saying makes any sense other than making sense to myself. This is the basic understanding of that gematria. The same thing as here's 11, and here's, I don't understand how 13 goes here. 7. Wait, oh, 7 is here. 9, 11, 13. So this 13 and 13 kiss. So 9, 7, it doesn't seem right because something's wrong in this design. Let me see. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. 13 is here. Okay, I'm just trying to, oh, because everything comes down at, I'm just trying to understand, but you see the way it's going up on an angle, it's shooting up right there. What's happening? Or is it coming down here and coming down here? What's the mix? I don't know. But this is how I'm learning some of my stuff through the cubes. I'm not really sure where I was, where I should be taking this. Let me take a look. The 55-yard line, 10 yards, CFL, you have 3 plays. 10 yards, NFL, you have 4 plays. DC, one of them, you have the 55-yard line. The other one, it's a 50-yard line. So they gave 10 yards to begin with. In the 3 creation play, they gave a free 10 yards. When we go to the NFL, there is no 10 yards. Everybody starts at the 45-yard line to have center field as the, so they're telling me the 45-yard line is either this way or this way. So it's telling me right away about the cube. And the crossing to come into the world, like above is below. The above and below in design is 147. The direct design to what is above and below is the 147. What they're noted to be as number 1, what they're noted to be as number 7. Now, I know somebody will say, well, why don't you open it up? Why don't I open it up, right? Why don't I open it up? What do you want me to open up? Just give it a little bit of, dimension. This will be my 4th one, so what will be the dimension of my 7? All right, so anyways, I'm just going to do this to my 7. You see this angle here? Number 7. 45-degree angle, chop. Number 1. And apparently somewhere out in another part of the world, they actually draw the ones almost like very short compared to very big. So when I finish the composition of this, I end up with this and this. One ends up with a tail. But actually sometimes they mark 7 like this. So when I take this and put it over this, so I do this, I'm gonna do it larger, okay? Right, and that would be number 1, and this would be number 7, right? So number 7 would be and I'm just going to draw it down over here. So that's number 7 and 1. And then sometimes you can just say, well, I'm going to draw the 7 upside down. And I'm just going to draw the 7 upside down, and then I'm going to put the 1 inside of it, and I can just go all the way up to here because it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I mean, here's number 1, and then you can say, here's my upside down 7, right? So it comes together over here, 1, 4, and 7 times 3, or divided by 3, equals to 0, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3. And this one will come out to 3, 12, 21. 1 times 2, 2. 1 times 2, 2. 1 plus 2, 3. 1 plus 2, 3. This one would be 0, and this one would be 3. 3, 3, 3 to 3, 3, 3 to 3 to what would be 3 to 9, 9, 9. If this is the calculable. Remember, this might not be a calculable situation. This might not change. Maybe this will change only. The reason for that, I'm questioning myself, is that you can say it's 3:15. And then if I'm using this is the 12-hour clock, right? Now, if I use the AR clock, ARME, the matter energy of the cube, right? R and me, this becomes the sun. This becomes 19, which is either the spirit or AI. Where am I with this? So this one would change to 15, 15. The minutes would stay the same, but this one would move. So now everything shifts. So there you go, 147, and it depends if you want to know about 102, one of the most important things in the world, most likely how we came together. 102, it's also for Valentine. It also to what is the gateway to the cube, which is 7 and 8 and 8 and 9. That's our passage, the gateway to the birth. Where do I get this? It comes from the game of pool. I add 7 and I add 8. The only reason I add 7 and 8 is because 1 dot, 8 void. 2 dot,
7 void. So that's what I'm capable of doing because of what it tells me. So now it becomes 3.17 void. And the total of that is 20. It is CQT, CQTGJX. This is, and 17 and 20 is the explanation of the connection to the center of the roulette table. 17 and 20 come together. 8 and 2. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, okay, is the gate into the heaven. It's Mars, gate into the heaven of Mars. It's this thing over here. I don't know how to explain it all. I'm talking all over myself. Yes, how did I get matter and energy? How did I get the sun? How did I get the cube? 31 is the cube. 51 is Mars. In this position, it's telling me about 1 quarter, telling me there are 4 quarters to the 60 minutes in a game. If it would show me a 2, I would be talking basketball terms. It shows me a 5, I'm going to take any sport that has 4 periods of 15 minutes, any sport that has something of 3 times or 2 times, or else I can turn it into boxing and say we're into the 5th round. I can also at the same time add on the letter L to this as a reverse because of 15, and the word sun because U3 S1 N5 315 USN. Maybe this is trying to tell us something different. Anyways, that's this piece here. I started to write something about what is 6 and 8. 0, 6, 15, and 24. FOX. The reverse of these on a cube is 6 and 2. The reverse of this one on a cube is 5 and 3. This is telling me about electric company and the gateway. This one is telling me about the game, the queen, the card. This is telling me about Mars. The number 6 is telling me if 6 is up, okay, look where we live. We live between the heavens and divided by I. That is your double A. That is your double A division. And now there's a new movie or a new shirt coming out. I'm not sure if I can find this shirt, but I'd really like to mention it. Oh, we didn't finish this, right? So we didn't finish this. So let me just get into this next connection. My next connection is going to be here. My next connection is, I'm just going to, okay. This is your next connection. So if you take a look at this, right, it's connecting 2 numbers. There's no point. It's not coming down. Here's where my points are. So it's showing me 2, 4, 6, and 8 will have a single line of Mars, where these double line connectors will tell me about Earth. So this is talking about Earth, while these are talking about Mars, because I can draw a straight line across, right? At the same time, look, we're drawing a straight line, a 45-degree angle across, so we know the passage of Earth is through the sun, that 45 angle. And where do I get that from? I get it from, and I have to learn all the basic, I have to learn like all the words. And I get that from, I think, wow, what did I say? Why Earth? Why? Oh, yes, the 45-degree angle. The face of the calculator to every dot in every area space that's on a cube. So when you count 9 area spaces, it equals to 45. The average is 5. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 tells me about the star system calculation, which is out of Mars, because Mars only has a singular division in its numeric value of 5 and 1. There's 2 ways of creating 51. It is either with the L and the 1, which is telling me about 121, 11, 11. The other way to create it is with a V and a 1. 22 for life and 9 for birth. The letter I use in the
for Roman numerals is the letter I. Let me see, somebody had said something to me. Just give me a second. All my comments. Whoa. Okay, my comments disappeared for a second. Okay, hi, Ron. Cat bowls. We do not have to look too far to find miracles. At least with the moon math, we can speed that process up. The second hand keeps on ticking. CQTGJX. CQTG. Yes, something like that. Yes, absolutely. 31751 Mars, the gateway. ICQT. Well, you know what? They gave us the element. Let's go to Scrabble. We'll put it in Word Finder. We'll see all the words we can get out of this. And we can look at the letters and study it. There must be more. We know the X and the C are inside of it. Oh, well, yes. Well, there, that, you see, X and Y, what X and Y does, just like A and B, X and Y come together in this fashion where I know that there's a polarity between W and X. So I know the first step beginning in the world is X and Y. So now we're into the chromosome. Now, X and W will now represent to me like what is 1 and 1, or what is M and N, meaning that, and don't forget, I could be talking macro and I can be talking micro. I don't know. I do know that the heart of numbers is somewhere. You see, the heart of the alphabet are 2 numbers telling me about Earth. But I do know the heart of number 13 is 1 number telling me about Mars. I know what the math does. I know what the words say. And I know what the numbers say in certain things, like in games, in the deck of cards. You tell me the number 12, I'll tell you the female. I'll tell you 156 moons before the female, born on what date. When 156 moons or 12 years pass by, the female is now known to be the woman. Wherein a male, on 169 moons passing, it is noted that the man, it is noticed that the boy, OY, BOY, becomes the man at the age of 13 or 169 passing moons, or 1 area space inside of 168, leaving 616161616 surrounding. Reason? Monopoly. 6161616, minimum size designed to this board. Why? Because I need to put 1 dot center. I need to be able to create, I need to be able to create 40 areas. I know my corners are square. I don't care what the size of these are. I have to make these square. By making these squares, they all automatically become rectangles. I use 4 squares by 4 squares in all the corners. So my corners are 16 dots. I use 2, 1 above the other, 1 by 2, 2 by 2, 1 by 2, 2 by 2. So I have 9 here is 18. 18, 18, 18, 18 is that 72. So I have 72 plus 16 is 88. So I know that 16 is purple because I know 4 and 12 equals to that sweet 16, 16 balls in the game of pool. I know where 8 is the dividing of all those balls to the black ball, where 4 times 4 and 4 plus 4 will equal to 16 and 8, 24, understanding the purple. Purple comes together with a mixture of red and blue. Your veins, electricity. Well, let's not get any deeper. So 88 on the outside. On the inside is 80 plus 88. 8 times 8, 8 plus 8, 64 and 16. Your 16 corners, your 64 equals to 80. 80 and 88, 168, going around 1 single square. Going around 1 single square, the banker. 31, 31, 21, 11, 26,
sorry, 16, 26, 36. 39, which is Boardwalk. The Angels on Boardwalk. 39, 37 and 39. 37 is Park Place. This is where it's happening. 37, 37, 37 is where transmission is. This transmission on the other side. And remember, only two properties. Only I and R, 6 times 3 at the 7th gate, 6 plus 3, which is 18, and 9, I and R, are the only two letters reversed. Okay? I and R. I and R, 9, 18. 6 times 3, 6 plus 3, equals created by CF. This is your base creation when 3 and 3 came together and got divided. The sun got divided. 0, 9. And this is birth on the other side of the 8 ball. This is a stripe birth. You've been striped, right? Does that mean jail stripes? So where am I? Yes, and it is in the cube, right? In the cube. In the alphabet, it's reverse of 1, 9. I'm just trying to think where I should go with this. And remember, there's a number 1 in front. I'm thinking. Oh boy, there's so many things. Anyways, I'm going to do the reverse cube, and it is the E letter. It is NEW, reverse of what is IR. So this is 99 to 555. Right away, I know this is the moon. I know this is part of Jupiter. I know this is the house of DC. I know this is the separation of what is the half-life. Why? 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 7 and 6. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 and 6 is 13, equals to 55. Only 3 and 4 can be divided at 180 degrees. Here's my 1 and 8 coming together. 180 degrees is 4 times 45, to where 90 degrees is 2 times 45. And that's part of the dividing house. It's the Fox Pass. 45 and sun is 54. 9 times 6, 9 plus 6. And remember, when you go 9 times 6 and 9 plus 6, we already went over part of this, which was... I'm just trying to figure out where I went over this. 33 is 44. Wow, there's so many things going on now. Anyways, 33 fits right in between here. That's where your 33 fits in. So if you have 90, and yes, so one of them creates this, and the other one creates this. It's like where 2 L's come together, and here's the single L that comes together. Okay, I know I didn't explain that properly. Yeah, we were at 55. Okay, I just wanted to see what I did here. We were at 55. That is the center of DC. It is the 180 degrees. All other numbers, that means all other numbers like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I had to skip over number 7. Okay, I had to skip over that number because here's number 7. This is the 180 degrees, but there are other 180 degrees. 2 and 5 are 180 degrees, and 4 and now hold on a second, and 1 and 6 are also 180 degrees from each other. So why specifically this one? Because this one is the closest. This is the true 55. You see, this one over here would be 155, and this one here would be 255. And the reason for that is 155. Let's check it out. Here, did I get that right? 0, 1, 2. Let me see if I got that right. Hold on a second. Yeah, 255. Right. Okay. The reason for that is 3 plus 55 is 355. 2 plus 55 is 355, and 1 and 2 to go together is 355. And this is the reason why it's done that way. These are the whole 180 degrees, and this one's on the inside at 055. That's what that DC marking creates. I hope I explained that right. So what would I do? So this would be 9:55 at the end, or would it be 10? If I did it based on time, I'd have 9 and 1 hour putting these all together. I'm just trying to look at it two ways. 165. 165. Is that what it would be? 1065? 1011? That would be funny. 1011. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D, and this would be E, F. This would be 4 numbers and 2 numbers dividing the gate. Anyways, so that's what would happen as it shrinks to a point. I'm just trying to see where I am. We spoke about the 147 with the relevance of the guided cube, 7 times 31, or 7 times 4, or 7 times 3. The other one is 4 times 30, or 4 times 3. And then the other one is 1 times 28, or 1 times 29. There are 31 days in 7 months. There are 30 days in 4 months. There's 1 day of 28. And this will happen 3 times. This will happen 3 times. And this will happen 3 times. After that, it becomes the mirror. And when the mirror comes in, number 29 comes out. When number 29 comes out, the mathematics of 14 is 24, is 44, is 84, is 66. So here's how it goes, which is okay. So 6 times 6, 6 plus 6, total 48. 84, doesn't matter. 4 times 8, 32. 4 plus 8, 12. 44. 4 times 4, 16. 4 plus 4, 08. The divisions of night and day, pH. Phi and pi come into this, which is 44 and 33, which creates pi. Double reverse cube. And these are the hard ways. HARD in the third world of the cube heaven. Then this one here, 16 and 8 equals to 24. So now we have 24. So 2 times 4 equals to 8, and 2 plus 4 equals to 6. 6 and 8 equals to 14. 1 times 4 equals to 5. 1 plus 4 equals to 4. I'm not sure which way you want to put it. And this tells me about the sun fox. 2 basic numbers. And it tells me about the 7th gate, Yo 11. They're calling the student of Yo 11. This cube is all about 7 come 11, Kamala, Kamal. Yo is a terminology used in a game called craps. Now remember, what I'm doing is only what the world is calling for. I'm not telling you it's true. It's true to what I hear. You have to figure out on your own. Does it make any sense? Is it logical, the story? Does it follow the script? Does the artwork follow its formation? You have to understand what I see, that I see each one of these faces to have 9 numbers on it. To where I see the 0 connects to 2, 4, 6, 8. To where I see the star connects the 4 corners of 1, 3, 7, 9, all centered to the 5. Where I see the pound key dividing up all the numbers.
And that's what I see. The operator getting in between everybody. 10. The mirror. The operator. 10. Can it be the silver moon? I don't know. But I do know that 10, there's a change. At 20, there's a change in its location. And to create 1020, you need Q. And you need QJTG is your 1020 location. I don't want to really get into that. I want to stay focused, if I could, on the cube. So if all faces are 9, then when I present to you 61 and all faces are 9, count the dots and how many are missing. I'm going to get on to Mr. Cult. At least with the moon match the speed. The second hand keeps ticking. Yes, yes. Cat batteries. Sugar, solar sugar cube. Ah, yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, yes. Sugar cube, very good. So we have 31 for the cube. We have SU. Is it 521? So it's memory, jogging the memory, sugar, SUG, 47. Wow, 47 and 23. SUG coming together. So I'm not really sure how to work the letters. I didn't come up with a code. I haven't been using any equations. Like if it's 5 letters and I can't create syllables, or could I create a syllable out of it? So I'll go 1 letter, 2 letters, 3 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters, and then I'll go 5 letters backwards, and then I'll start from the center letter, and I'll go this way, and then I'll do the center letter that way, and then I'll do the count this way, and then I'll do the count that way, and then I'll do the double count, which means if I start R-E, R18E, the value 5, that'll be 23. Okay, if I'm counting that way, S19, U21, 40 plus G7 equals 47. The 5 area would now be number 52. So that would be Earth's heart. And then the last area with the R, it'll create 70. So it's the gateway within Mars. Oh, say, can you see? So the together, sugar cube creates 101. 101 is a value of 1 in 4 DNA through the sun. The reason for that is if you were playing 0-1, you would have to say 1 binary code would be 1 0 1, which would be 1 0 4 401. 10-4 is communication. So binary code 101 is telling us about October 4th. Binary code is telling us about January 4th. Binary code is telling us about rabbit ear communication, 52 times 2, 104. 401, what would 401 be? It would be 104. Can you divide 401? 401 divided by 3 equals 401 divided by 2 equals 2005. You want to hear something funny about that? 2005. When I was 41 in 2005, that's when I had that connection to this, to what's going on right now. 4 and 1. 1 and 4, when one spirit comes into the house of the mirror of Venus. I like to say Venus because Venus is that 2 dot, but somehow I have this funny feeling that we became the 9th birth into the 8th heaven, passing through the 7th gate, coming into the light, into the E-worlds, on the delta angle of the reverse of creation, into Mars, broken up down into Earth, and your gateway becomes in the house of DC, 4 and 3. The 2 and 1 are the actual birth coming in to where 1 and 2 is A and B. If I count backwards, they become who you are put together in the countdown. So everything stops at 3, but you become that. So either you become the D or the C. But you can't. It's got to be it's got to be the D, yes, the D or the C. The D equaling to 13 equaling to the man, no spirit. The C equaling to 12 equaling to 12. C, 1 and 2 equals to 3. 1 times 2 equals to 2 and 3 equals to 5. That's the E world. 12 is the Bat's mitzvah. But when man remains the D, right? When he remains a D, he's either a 2-2 ape D, Mars, 2 by 2, 2 plus 2, 44 area space. And 13 becomes the first area of 13. And the other way to create what is 4D is by number 13. 1 and 3 equals to 4. 1 times 3. So man becomes the division between male and female within itself, but holds holds the one spirit in 13 when he becomes man, and that is the bar mitzvah, where the one, I'm just trying to figure it out, and that's where the Monopoly board comes in. Binary code, yes, binary code 1-1. Why would you say 1-1? Binary code 1-1. Well, binary code 1-1 is 3. So 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 1 and 2 equals 3. So binary code 111 will be 7. So that's 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals 3 and 4, 7. Let me see that. See, after 64 in binary code, the binary code countdown is 1248751. That's the binary code countdown. And it shows you through the gateway in the passing gate of 8 when it becomes mirrored, because when you're counting in numbers, now I don't know if I want to use the decimal and count towards the penny side, which the penny side is toward the 99, which is a piece and part, because all we are is a piece and part of the number 1 of the greater picture. So we would be maybe the cents. I don't know. So when I'm talking binary code, the the 9 number of binary code, I'm not sure if I got this right. Yeah, okay. See how I began and how I end in binary code. So we're looking at these two over here, and this is what's going to tell me through the house gate, and this is going to be time energy. 7 times 5, 35. 7 plus 5, 12 equals to 47. This is going to be 8. This is going to be 3. CNH, creation of the heavens, to the cycle of energy. Or it's a reverse energy and time. Well, in this scenario, if it was 74, it wouldn't be reversed because energy is 74. And then we can also, there's a bunch of other things. I need a calculator for the alphabet for it to show me all the words that come out with 74 and all the words that come out with 47. And then it has to tell me whether they're red or black, because inside the word of matter, energy, is my 9 birth, which when you add 1 to 9, it equals to 47. But I really rather take the IC system out of what is 14, what is 54, 5 times 4 is 20, T, 5 plus 4 equals to the letter I equals to 9. So that is where we get the T and I. We have to come up with words for these two. I mean, this is what is this going to be? a transition through the moon. I don't know what I always call this the iBirth. Everybody knows how we got iPhone, right? 3 times 3 equals to 9. That is the letter I. The reverse of 3 times 3, the reverse of 3 times 3 is 4 times 4. So that is equals to 16, the letter P. The 4 plus 4 equals to 08, the letter H. Now ONE equals to 34, or if you want to put it backwards, 43. So when you say iPhone, what you're actually saying is 33 and 44, but you're in this house. You're in the 6th house. And you're pronouncing this as an F. When you come to the half-life, you're in the 6th house. These two numbers, not these two numbers. These two numbers show up at the ring, as I said before. 1 divided by 3, or 2 divided by 3 equals 003336666. None of the others do that. After that, it'll be a 1. So here's that 1, here's that 0. It's telling you that this is where you are. The ring and the pole, and within the spirit is P. 13 by 7, 91, 4 by 4. Anyways, so this is where the iPhone is mentioned. So this would be transferred into DC. This would be talking about space, teen space, right? E&E. And this is going to be talking about basically rotation in the sun that we're going through right now. This part over here, yes, this is the moon, and that's where we got this. This is where the cat split the gate between the EI world, which is 5 and 9. If you want to look at the clock, it's 59:59, or EIO down on the what is the half-life. They wrote it in farm. I'm not really sure where this fits in. I just have to figure out 613. Because I'm looking at the, okay, and this would be a Mars word. Okay, and the reverse of this, it's a 108, and the reverse is, hold on a second, 19 and 6, 25, 35, 36, wow, it's 38. 38 to 108 to 70, okay. But if I check this out again, this 38 and 70 is 108, but when I go 38 and 70, 8 and 0 is 8, 8 and 3 is 10. Okay, it becomes 18. In the house of Rach, the one spirit of the 8th heaven. And all the, anyways, okay, 86, this is the house planet of time. The beginning of binary code. Okay, right, binary code 11. So, yeah, I got a little lost, so I went, let me do that again. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 1 equals 2. 2 and 1 equals to 3. Now, binary code would be, hold on, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. And you notice when you get to 128 in binary code, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, wait. Okay, when you get to 128 binary code, how does that work in the computer language? Remember, you have memory in your phone. You have 64, 128, 256, 512. Each one of these are showing us, telling us part of a story I still have to put together. I don't always remember because I don't know too much about computers. But I do know that 512 is huge. It is Mars coming into your singularity Venus, and at 1024, it's completed. 1024, it's completed. Now at 1024, if we divide that by 5, 1024 divided by, oh, and 1024 also is where Zion Israel comes in. Israel, 6 by 4, 6 plus 4 equals 10 and 24. They're both in relation to the X. Roman numeral 10X and Roman numeral, and the alphabet, 24th letter in the alphabet. And X is noted to be the beginning of the polarity between W and X. And don't forget, when two numbers are next to each other, they could be the ribs overlapping, because the real number that should be not touching W, it is not X, it should be Y. So it will be W and Y, and then it will be X, XV have to come together. If we're skipping over, that's how I put together my gematria scale between red and black numbers. That's how I was connecting the roulette table just 2 minutes ago. Rather 11, Mooncat space teen. Mooncat space teen. Cat creates gateway. Instead of spelling it that way, maybe we can, let me see. Wow. Hold on a second. It won't let me comment even. Oh, yeah. How about spelling cat this way? How about this? Cat, bat, hat. Why is YouTube rude? Yeah, YouTube don't let nobody watch my videos. Nobody's letting anybody watch my videos. Okay, I'm going back for something to eat. I don't even know how long. Oh, I've been here 2 hours already. Wow. Yeah, cat's up. And you do know them. You see, now what's the difference between the C and the K? What are differences in, I mean, for me, I'd like to understand all the differences. 11 is 15, 37, 47, 48, 49. Okay. Wow. 11 is beautiful. Wow, I never saw this before. The word 11. Okay, now this equals to 49, and n equals to 14. 7 times 7 equals to 49. 7 plus 7 equals to 14. Now the thing about that is 2.7 void, or 2 dot, or I'm just trying to think, or 29 versus 19. This is where 29 is the 2.7 void, and the 19 is the 1 dot and the 8 void. Okay, and the reason for this is because either we're talking about the heaven, okay, in 19, the heaven, or the spirit in 19. And the 19 gets you to the other side of AIS. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I'm writing this down. I'm going in the kitchen for a minute. I want to see on, so no one has said a word. Now there's 5 watching, and no one has said a word on, and anyways, I want to just get back to the beginning before I take a 2-minute break. there's a high possibility right now, 90%. I'm trying to cut that percentage, that I will lose all of this, all the painting, everything, gone. I have a few outs. I don't know if he's going to accept the, if I give them what they want to put my rent up 40%. Now, I don't know if they'll want me here anymore because wow, I just saw something in Roulette that's really weird. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. The ticket stubs, all the ticket stubs. I have a picture. Word. RD 38 and 22. RD, because the woman is with WO and the O has a W sound. Yeah, I'm going to lose it all. I think $2 million can buy this building. If there's anybody out there, go look up the painted house, Mr. Tack Bands, look around. Connecting this entire world. Let the legends live. Although I'm not going to forget any of it. And it just, you know, you just have to get over it and just keep on going. Now, there's something that went on today to do with Marvel Comics. Let me see if I wrote this down. There's a few things that went on today. Something to do with Marvel Comics. Let me see what it is. There was a shirt. Just give me a second. I want to look this one thing up, all right? Marvel shirts. No, there was a new Marvel saying, Marvel T-shirts Canada. I'm just trying to look for this one shirt that said something was coming. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Marvel versus Stark. Okay, hold on a second. Images. Death Battle. Marvel versus Cody Stark. I don't know, but it was really weird what I saw. It was just really weird. Marvel versus Stark images. No, the difference between Tony Stark's last suit, 340. I'm just gonna hold on. You know what? I keep clicking. You know what? I don't know. Can somebody help? You see my screen here? It's blue. Now it just stays blue. Oh, finally I got it. Okay. Okay, T-shirts. There were T-shirts. Anyways, it was oh, here it is. I think this is it. Civil War, Team Cap versus Stark. Tack Pans, right? Team Tack Pans versus Stark, right? You see the rat inside of the spirit. You see this? This K, the beginning of your Fibonacci. Right, the beginning of your Fibonacci. This number 19 is AI in first in the one spirit of the heavens. The red versus the blue. Inside is the white star. So this is telling me something. It says choose a side. Anyways, I'm gonna get something in the fridge. I'm gonna check if somebody marked something down, something to look at. Okay, wait a second. Okay, let me see this. Yes, somebody gave me a donation, and thank you very much. I think it was Cesar. I appreciate it. I think I mentioned it before, but now I'm saying it more loud. I've tried to get donations. We are in a subspace or time without space, but just I heard about a new theory that says there is no time or space. Thought I don't agree completely. Well, everything is relative. First of all, the word no is a division of three areas. The word is we live with Mars because not only do we live with Mars, but we also live in the subdivision of the sun. The reason for that is two-letter word. Secondly, SI. SI can also be looked like that, right? Or how about that? Or how about this, which is energy and matter coming together, you know, equals that, which equals to this and this. You know, you have to know how it works, right? There can be 111, there can be 1111. So 111 be working with three numbers, the other would be working at four, which means one equation, which means there's two equations to each side, bringing one equation together. The three numbers are going to be Earth, the four numbers are going to be Mars. Where the 8 is in the heavens is where 1111 takes advantage of us, and I think that's between the sun and the moon. And between the sun and the moon, and what happens with 11, because of those two dots, it's telling me number 8 can go over that, right? And this is just a skeleton, so I'm trying to understand this. When a 2 shows up, I know right away 5 must show up for its energy. 2 and 5 coming together, energy and matter. Where energy came together first, it seems like in this. We'll create 383 because the mathematics of 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will equal 2 and 1 to the left and 2 and 1 to the right, creating 12, 12, maybe your 24-hour day. Your next focus on this will create 55, and that's your division of DC. But your basic marking is 383 to each side, and that's the division in the sun. That's your 1111. 121 plus 22 equals 143. 14 through the sun of creation. Time and space, 47, 44, 91, the spirit of AI. Time is a period between space. To get from point A to point B, a measurement. Matter than the Hatter. M versus H. 13 would be the, you see, there's a difference about 13 and 18, and I'm trying to understand it, because when you get to 17, 18, 19, I'll take 17 as DC, I'll take 17 as Mars, I'll take 17 as the house, I'll take 17 as Q, I'll take 17 reverse alphabet and say A, B, C, D created what is J reversed to what is Q. J reverse Q is in the gateway, because Q is what's going to create the difference of everything. The 7-ball and the 8-ball come together in Q. All these mathematics tell all these. I'm tired, you know. I'm tired. Energy and matter. You see, what energy. Energy, 5, 14, 5, 18, 7, 25. Now that would go to what is 5, whoop. Oh. Okay, and that would convert to what is 5, 5, 5, 9, 7, 7. Let me tell you one thing. This is so relative to the freaking moon. So relative to male and female birth. It's showing me to what is, remember, the 5 is going to reflect off the 9, but the only way through it is through that 7th gate. That 7th gate in gematria all the even numbers are connecting all the odd numbers. So when we want to connect these numbers, you're going to use 6 and 8, which is the house planet. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is what divided the 7th gate by the mirror of what is 2, or the having to what is Mars, creating Venus. But the passage to everything, okay, the passage or the divided house to everything is on the ticket. Before I get something to eat, I want to show you that ticket. Do you see the ticket? Now take a look at over here. Imagine if your head was right over here, and this would be the 2 sides of your body, 1 leg, 2 legs, 1 arm up, another arm up. Dividing of the tickets between the odd and 19 through 36. Odd and 19 through 36. Even and 1 through 18. So it doesn't mean that it's odd that's going to be down here, but it's odd anywhere. But they're showing even as 1 through 12. I don't know what the relationship is, but I've seen it for well, they're showing me the dark sun is the lower side of the board. They're showing me the odd side of the board. They're showing me the top. So these are all giveaways. This is also telling me about the 11-11 division, because there's 38 numbers on the board, 36 and 2. Although there's 1, 2, 3 numbers together, your total numbers on the board, starting at 10, is there's 27 numbers. There are 54 and 9. There are 63 numbers on this board. 63 numbers on this board. 64, 65, 66. If you want to use, if you don't want to use these as numbers, then there's 63, there's 62, there's 61, there's 60. 60 plus 3 plus 3. If you want to do that. But then if we're reducing numbers, we're going to say we have a 10 here, we have a 10 here, we have a 10 here. So I'm not going to do any of that. I don't want to do any of that. So what I want to do now, okay, I know I didn't do this right. I'm just going to draw a straight line. So it's right here. See this here? I'm going to see if I can fill it in. Let me use, okay, let me use this, that. And this one is not the same. We're going to use red. And then I'm going to do this one over here. And choose black. Okay, now what happens next is it goes to here, whoop, to here, and this goes to here. Can you see what's happening? Can you see what just happened inside of here? These two areas. This is not what I think. This is not what I think. I'm just going to do it this way. This is 100% exact science. And you can do the same thing. Okay, you can do the same thing. This is an exact science, right? All I'm doing is connecting all the black numbers and all the red numbers. That's all I'm doing. I just covered the center number and a different kind of equation. I don't care about them. This is what it is. Now over here is that hexagon connected center. Because we can't see it here, we don't know if it's a hexagon or just the octagon. And inside of this, right, you can see this is my 6 in the honeycomb. It's 111 and 37, making it 148. So because that's a 148, right, it's a 148 total. I'm going to take 148, 1 through 15 equals 120 minus 14 equals to 106, 53, 26.5, okay. And the other one is, so we have 106, 148 is 254, and then we have 412 left over. I don't know what they mean yet. I didn't go through it 6, 6, 6. Okay. So yeah, so that's the honeycomb center, 148, 1, 4, and 8. So it could be part of the connecting ring in Pluto, or just talking about the ring. I don't know. I'm tired. 48 also constitute 4 and 8 is 12. So it's the heavens of Mars. It's a 2-for-1 differentiation. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. There is no spirit inside. It becomes male. The male would be the X. The female would be what is, can I say, would I say the W, or can I say the C? Which way would I do it? Because the polarity of the X is the C. But the polarity of the C also, because the polarity of the W, do you follow? Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I had to have the opposite side of the alphabet, I'll put the C here and the X here. Now, the opposite of the C is the D, and the opposite of the X is the W. So would they make each other polar in itself? That means W and C are right next to each other. 23 and 3 equals to 26, and that's the game. And 24 and 4 coming together equaling to 28. 2 times 8, 16. 2 plus 8, 10. 10 plus 16 equals to 26. This will revert down to the T gate. I'm just trying to see what the other mathematics are. 24 and 4, 23 and 3. This is the divided gate. This will say number 11. This will say 11. This will say 14. K and N polarities in its own further mathematics. This would be in the sun. This would be in the cube. I'm just going through some scenarios in my head. Anyways, yeah, no use of taking a break and going to eat. Pluto, Mercury, yes. So, okay, hold on a second. Here's another thing. You see, the alphabet ends on the 8th letter, but nothing ends till the 9th letter. So there's many ways to look at this. We can look at AI as 1 and 9, polarity, but polarity in the alphabet becomes 1 and 8. Which, does it mean that I have to take the alphabet A and shove it where the I should go, and just have a whole set of alphabets here, and where there's an empty space in the 9th position, shove that in there, or flip it upside down? I don't know which way to do it. It has to be discussed. A lot of drawing I have to see the drawings, and every drawing is going to tell a little bit different of the story, how I move the numbers. So that's where Mercury, Pluto come in. But what happens is, I believe Pluto replaces Mercury and joins Neptune, or they live within Neptune. Mercury joins Pluto, lives within Neptune. Yes, K and N come together, like in the word no, to begin anything, you need the first 2 letters of anything. Oh, how about this word? You see, 3 and 8, 11, 5 and 6, 11 make 11, 11. But first and last creates 9 and 13. So that would be I am. Do you follow what I'm saying? Take the word C and F, put it together, it's 9. The word H and E together is 13. So that's going to be one equation. And don't forget the soul birth, right? Because it's not in the 9, 10, and 11 are not involved. Nothing begins until the 12, and that would be the purple ball. So is your purple your mixture of red and blue coming together when the air, the energy, the matter comes together, creating, when the energies meet the gases or whatever,
you first start to breathe. And I'm just trying to figure out which scenario it is. I'm just trying to figure it out. So anyways, purple comes together, and then 13 comes together. When 13 comes together, when man comes in, you have the red coming in with the yellow. Okay, the red comes in with the yellow. That is 2992. That is 911. 2992, the gateway. And when 13 comes in, it is the first time you're into the teen space house of time, which is the 91 spirit, because space 44 times 47 equals to 91. At the same time, 4 and 4 is 8. And what is 4 and 7 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. So space-time becomes 8, 2, or 28. Man equals to the word 28. The cycle of the moon is 28. Man is what is 13. Following the Hebrews who follow the moon. I'm a little lost because I'm not writing anything down. Wow, it's 12:30. I have to go to bed. Yeah, if you want to ask me something, ask me. Oh, yes. So I was into 13. So yes. So the 13. Let me see this again. 3, 8, 5, 6. Sorry, I was getting lazy. So these two become 9. 8 and 5 becomes 13. It becomes the MI, or I am, if you want to look at it that way. It equals to the 22nd letter for V for life. The 13 is a reflection of the 5 ball. They are orange in pool. Orange equals to what is 60, which means the light in Mars. Orange is put together by the yellow ball, which is the 1 and 919 spirit, and red ball, which is the 3 ball and the 3 ball and the 11 ball, which is the 911 recollection, when yellow and red come together to create what is the orange ball, what is the letters M and E, which can also be noted to what is matter and energy. And the 13 and 5 can be also noted to what is ACE, ace. And we know the ace is divided into high worlds, and we know the word sun, S-U-N, in a Pythagorean count reduced, will back up to where S1 and U3 and 5E, N with E5 equaling to what is the word sun. There's other things that I wrote today. Yeah, the 2 octagons coming together. Lavender's telling you about a sale. Where else am I in this? Where are the questions? Ace boom, 22V for life, right? Rock and roll. Rock and roll is by the sun. So what's actually going on? Rock, RO. So CK came together, and CK is your inverted. CK is where your 3 and 11 ball come together. Clock, rock, sock, talk. You see, talk's not the same. It's an LK, not like rock talk. You see, it sounds the same, but one is with an LK, the other is with a CK, and it's the K that creates the L that together. C might be talking about all. C might be talking both about L and U. Anyways, a 22 volt for life is that a 22 volt battery, and the reverse of 22 is E5 energy. Ace boom. And the thing about the moon, where it sits in, is I did this yesterday. I'm not going to show you the full piece. First of all, we're sitting between the 2 worlds, right? And those 2 worlds basically, here's where the Mayan energy comes together. On this side, it's 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4, 7. And on this side, it's 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7. But if it was the alphabet, right? If it was the alphabet, we'd go from here, and I'd go all the way to here.
See, the alphabet is telling me to stop at H, where I is the new beginning. So I'm just trying to, I'd have to discuss this. This is up for discussion. So, yeah, so there's here. So what's up here is down here is 88. And up here is 66. So up here is 15 and 15, the 15 ball and pull. Here is the 8 ball and pull, if you want to look at it. Here is house planet, and here is OO, and these two letters over here are M and N. The division is your A, so you would have moon sitting right here between the 7th gate of matter and energy. Number 5 is down here, so this I'd have to have a crossing over here, possibly. Or is there another number 5? Yes, this design is done wrong. It has to move over. There should be this number over here should be a number 5, right over here. Okay. Did I get that right? This is a 5. Yes, this is a 5 over here. So then this over here, that I think it is an 8. I don't know if it's a 0, 8. I don't know how to bring it together when I'm going minus, because -1 goes down to 8. But when you're climbing, even though 1 and 1 is 2 and 1 and 3 is 4, I'm climbing. But when I'm going down, I go down to 8, and I'm never counting up. It's like I'm always counting in the same thing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. But if I'm counting down by 2s, 1, and then it would be, if I'm counting down by 2s, hold on a second. Let me take a look at this. I'm counting down by 2s. It'd be 1, 8, 6, 4, 2, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, 8. And that would be counting down by 2s. Let me see. Man in the moon, yes. In equaling to number 23, which is Earth, Venus, inside of what is Mercury, Mars. I think you got it, rock and roll. Ace, boom, boom, boom. Abba, yes, father, 22 coming together. Aleph, bet, Aleph, abstract math is awesome. The 8 ball is the Death Star. Yes, okay. The eye of the needle, tiny camel. Right, so that's, yeah, I was showing you the ticket, right, before. See those 2 tickets? And then between is where we're hanging between everything. Here's a single ticket, and every single ticket gets you a dozen. Okay? Every single ticket, and each one of these are 35 plus 1. Every single one of these are 135. Why? Because you must put 1 chip somewhere to get something back. But on this one over here, it's 35 to 1. So if I put the 1 chip, you can have 135 matter and energy on any one of these. But without the 1 chip, all you have is 3 and 5. So why do we need the 1 chip? Because 3 and 5 is 8. 3 times 5 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. We have the house planet without any spirit in it. So all these bets on here, what the payouts and the dozens are, all stories going on. And you can see the single moon and the double moon. We can say that the single moon, if we want, we can say what we want. We can say the single zero roulette is only talking about the Earth moon, and it stops at number 37, 36 plus 1 number. But when we get to the double moon, we now have the Earth moon plus the double moon. We now have 38 positions, basics for betting a 35 to 1. Mars has a double moon. Earth has a single moon. So we have to go a little deeper into the game to see what else they're telling us. And we end on 63 and 35, which is 71, which is on the gateway, the last 2 numbers, or 105, the last 3 numbers, the hand of God, which says J-E, which is actually QV, which is the Queen, I don't know, Queen Victoria, or the V that used to be, remember the nickel used to have a V on it? And each one of the rows is saying something different in the roulette. And let's see what the comments are, because this is going to be the end. Dennis Quad. Is Dennis Quad from that Mars mission? Well, first of all, quad is 4 and 4 sinned, because Dennis backwards says sinned. It also says cinders or den, bear's den. D is a combination of birth and C, because if you just look at the combination of the letters, it shows me that idealism, that C and L came together, where L is the 9 birth. So you're showing the mirror birth in the world. You can take off Dennis and just say Enos. And I think that has something to do with some kind of star. The word with is in time heaven. So you have W and I, 23 and 9, 32. They just invert each other. The I just inverts the W. Quad again equaling to 4. When Q and U come together, they stand, and then it's blackjack. The Q and U, 17th letter, 21st letter. So I don't remember what that movie was. Gamble equals to 21. BLE, you see, that's a combination, right? I think BLE equals to 18. So all alone, you're talking about raw, whatever the raw God is. I put numbers where they belong. If it's a raw God, go study that. If it's a this, go study that. If it's a this, go study that. Let's bring it all together. A buffalo quarter. A buffalo quarter by a tree. Okay, are you asking me which what helps? Well, we all know what a quarter is. If you're talking about a quarter, you'd be talking about 15. Now, if you talked about the second 15, you'd be in the second period. If you talked about the third 15, you'd be in the third period in the 5th minute. If you talk about the fourth 15, in every one of the 15-minute sports would be over. If you're talking about basketball in 15, you'd be 3 minutes into the second quarter, or 180. By a tree, you see, inside tree, there's no H, because if it had an H, it would say 3. So what's missing is the heavens missing from the tree. What does that mean? That it's, I don't want to, I'm just going about, and it's really late. I haven't responded to anybody. Oh my God. No one said a word on 6 people currently watching, apparently, on Odyssey, but there hasn't been a word, but that's okay. But whatever it is, I have a video, look for it, my painted house, and try to share some of the artwork. Maybe some artist somewhere in the world, somebody who knows, just might want to say, oh my God, this guy's got to save the place. A couple of $1 million bucks, it's a lot of money. I mean, if we were 2,000 people, that's 2,000 people who sort of put their subscription on the page. So 2,000 times $10 is 20,000, times 100 is 200,000, times 5. What is that? 500, $1,000 each. 2,000 people is $2 million. I'd buy a piece myself. And you know, if I had enough time in a program, even if you can find me a programmer, mathematician, schools, if schools want to know more about the Mayans, or if they want to know more about, more about astrology, numbers in astrology, if they want to link the Mayans, I'll just open the book and look at the numbers, and we'll connect everything. Do I think I can do it? I only can do what I do. Whatever results there is, it is. If it's pertinent and it means something to somebody, or it makes sense, let's not stop. Let's keep moving on. I don't know, because I just don't know. Until the question is asked, How can I know? Life of a star. So that's going to be it. I want to see, try your chips on the roulette tie. Or rather, I can't believe it's not butter. They can't believe this is happening. I like to say, Papadou. I know it's not Saint Antoine de Papadou, but Papadou, be softly with us all. We know there is a vicious time coming when the moon starts to turn its cycle, or the creator turns a cycle. But I know that I will show you again, okay, on the roulette wheel, black, on the roulette wheel, red, on the roulette wheel, black. But look, I went 9 numbers. I went 9 numbers. So listen, on the 3rd cycle, this is where the Mayan calendar might come in. On the 3rd cycle, sorry, 1 cycle, 2 cycles, 3. On the 4th cycle, I turn. Now I only skip 2 more cycles. You see, it's not 4. It's between the 4th one and the 4th one. So on the 4th one, I sort of run into 2 leap years. Do you follow what I'm saying? Leap year. This should have been a leap year, but it's not, and it turns ren. So wait a second. Here the leap year. 1, 2. This should have been a leap year 10, but it's not. The leap year would be here, and then I go 1, 2, 3, and then the leap year would be here. So we have 1 leap year, no, leap year, no, leap year, ends at 34 DC. But the inverting of number 1 is right over here. It inverts on the 4th one. It inverts on the 4th one. It inverts here. Then 1, 2, 3 inverts here. 1, 2, 3 inverts here. +9, +9, +9. If I would do +8, what happens with +8 is I would go to 18 here. And then I would go to 26 here. And then I go to 34 here. Do you see the way I skip over to this side? This is what 8 gets me to do. This way. But 9 just keeps me going in a straight row, not 8. And 7 will make 2 jumps. 8 makes 1 jump. Watch. 10 plus 8 is 18. Plus 8 is 26, right? 2 down, 1 over. And then 2 down, 1 over. But if I go to 7, I'd go to 17 in the center. Then I go to 24 to this side. Then I go to 31 to this side. Do you see how it lets us watch? 3 plus 7, 2 jumps to 10. Plus 7, 1 jump. Plus 24, 1 jump. Then 31, 2 jumps. So that's what 7 does. What does 6 do? 6 keeps you in the same aisle. What does 3 do? Keeps you in the same aisle. What does 9 do? All in the same aisle. So what does 5 do? 5 and 3 keeps you here. 8 gives you to 13, puts you over here. What does 5 do to 18? It jumps you twice. Into 23, puts you into the center. So it's doing, each number does its own trick. Each number does its own trip. So, yeah, I think, like I said, I can put this all together. Just very tired, time for bed. There's so many numbers out there. Find me a computer programmer. If you believe in the work that I do, anything is going to help. And let's save this place, you know. Like I said, I lose it, I lose it. You know, it is what it is. But I'm quite sure somewhere near $2 million can get this place. Even cheaper if I just bought out my square for probably about 100 and something K. But you know, I would just want to make it easier on the whole building. Everybody that's been in this building, just lower the rents for everybody. You know, just a little bit, because snowflakes, frozen snowflakes, different kinds of snowflakes, because there's a little bit of a different kind of information. 369, yes, 369. What it does, you know, going across is 1 1 1 1 1. Okay, but going up and down is 3 3 3 3 3. In between what is all ones is 55. Going up and down, it's 1.5. So going up and down is explaining Mars. When coming down on this angle, you're coming down by 444 area space. When you're coming down on this angle, you're coming down on 22 ape. So on 22 ape, you're coming down, they call that AIGU. When coming down this way on 44, they call that GRAVE. Now it depends, and I'm going to explain to you what I'm talking about. In the French language, right? And don't forget, one starts over here in the calculator and on the keyboard, but sometimes one starts here, so it's different. Here, I go from 7 to 5 to 3 by 2s. Here it goes by 9 by 4s. 9 plus 4 is 5. So the plateaus are 22 ape to 44 area space, the dividing between night and day, and it becomes the hard sound inside of E in the French language. So I believe that the word of the Creator has been given to us. They said it's in the word. I think we have the formulas. They're all out there. We just need to create a program and save the painted house. So if anybody else has something to say, I'm going to take a check on all the places that I can possibly be, wherever that is, right? No, nobody said anything to me on Facebook, so that's okay. Let's go down to YouTube. Okay, I see YouTube. There's 3 of us here, me, you, and the other. And Odyssey, no. Facebook. Let me check out. I never checked out Twitter. Let me check Twitter. Usually, you know what? I think Twitter so far this year I had 3 people watch, or that or it could have been a mistake, something like that. Anyways, okay. I'm taking down the screen. Taking down the screen. I'm going to bed, so I'm going to do one more shot of what this place looks like. You want to try and save the ABC alphabet king Michael Jackson, who sang it all in his songs, told us all the stories. The game stops here. This is a theater we live in. And yeah, math. What you got to know between math and games. There's the original. There's the original. That just the red one with the dots. That's the original roulette. Notice XY hexagon 111. Do you see any of that? Save the world, buy art. Listen, we're all working together. Everything we breathe and say. So everything. Now these are my books that I've written in the last 12 years. Those things are filled with books. And that's it. Say goodnight. Thank you for watching this video. You know what really looks cool? When I put it up this way, upside down. Let me see, can I do that? Anyways, okay. Yeah. Good night. I'm going to bed. Ciao. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Art. Take care. Art, Rat. 1929-39, Rat, Angel. 2018-38 +1. Always count the 1 difference. Plus, art is a 3-letter word, so it's in the house of Venus. 2-letter words are with Mars. Sorry, art is it's in the it's in the collective house of Venus, because Venus is numeric value 81, although it's a 2nd planet. Cult 3332. Oh, I like that. X.com. I like that. Okay, I gotta go to bed. Good night, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Help save. Help save. Painted